The mansion. What a mansion. So this is actually not where I want to be. Because that's progress over there. So I've got a decision to make. And I think the decision I'm going to make is going to be backtracking. Because there's sort of like a hidden area in this game that I actually didn't find until much later. And hey, look at that guy up there. You see him? Yep, he's a buddy. Hey, buddy.
What's going on?
So it's actually fine that I backtrack, because now you can see that I did. My little kerfuffle here, we won the area for the buddies. So that's cool. So anything I might have missed is going to be much easier to grab. And of course, I can trade noodle flavors. Hey, hey.
What was that for? Hey, I owe you one. Hey.
Once again, giving me the good stuff. That's nice. So it makes me curious about this other area that I wanted to check out. If that's going to be taken over by the militia, or if the PMCs are still going to have control of it, because it's in this loading zone.
What? Oh, it's you again.
Hey,
Here.
take some of these.
Thanks. Hey.
He doesn't like the shrimp ramen. That has to be what it is. So since we're kind of jogging along here, you can see he does a very similar jog to Naked Snake. I believe even when I'm holding like a... Yeah. Very similar animation. I don't think it's exactly the same. I think they redid it for this game. But we'll see this exact animation in a future game. As an animator myself, I do tend to notice these things. And it's interesting to see, you know, when they made new animations compared to when they reused them, and when they could have reused stuff but didn't. When they kind of like remade the same animation again. Oh yeah, so check this out. That's interesting.
Oh, it was you.
So I wanted to show...
Damn it. Here.
Here we
sure?
go.
Need this?
I wanted to show taking this area over because it's kind of like a rare place. But the important thing is that we can just get everything here, including this. Look at this. That's a proper tactical shotgun. Whoops. I keep pressing the wrong button. There we go. Got a flashlight. Got a stock. It can fire more than one shot at a time, but again, this has a particular use to it that's nice. Still, we'll check it out. And it just looks cool holding it too. So we're going to equip the V-ring ammo. And we have the light turned off. V-ring ammo can still break glass. I think you can get a dot sight for this, but I don't know. I don't know. This just feels right to me. Oh, look at that. We've also got some truly ancient computers here. At least someone's staying hydrated. That's nice. So this is, again, just kind of like a rare area, and... Oh.
So that's where you were.
No, come back, come back. It's rare for a couple reasons, because, again, you can just completely skip it. And it's also rare because you might notice we're inside. Not a whole lot of indoor areas It's very reminiscent of some of the stuff we saw in MGS2 and Twin Snakes, because we've got some flour sacks, we've got some water bottles, you know, some provisions. No gourds, unfortunately. They are officially out of their gourd. I don't know what that is. But I know what that is. That's chaff grenade. That is the reason you want to come here, because chaff grenades are actually one of the rarest weapons and most useful weapons in the game. You cannot buy them. There's only like 3 or 4 places you can get them. Which is odd, because chaff grenades are an invention of Metal Gear. They're not real. They're very, like, synonymous and ubiquitous with this franchise. You know, everyone knows. You throw them and the security cameras, they have a little party. Well, we haven't run into many robotic enemies yet, but chaff grenades completely scramble them.
Hey, thanks.
So they're very, very, very strong. So we'll definitely want to grab those. I've got the bandana, so anytime I throw a chaff grenade, I'm just going to have the bandana equipped. More noodles in here, and unfortunately, the one thing I will say about this game's graphics, you might have noticed in the provision storehouse, the textures are weirdly low res in a lot of the environments. Not much better than MGS 2 or 3 when you really look at them. And it's a shame because, you know, in MGS 2 and 3, particularly the HD version of 2, we could read a bunch of labels on foods. Can't really do that here, so there's not really any fun textures to look at. Yeah, neat little side area that we don't really have to do much here because we sort of inadvertently took it over. Let's grab those Playboys. There were prisoners here that I could rescue, but they're fine now. Their buddies rescued them. Much like all the other South America militia, they have a tendency to get themselves killed, though, so maybe it's for the best. Oh yeah, I don't think I came in here. You can see someone was playing cards. Very low resolution card deck. Sort of like a barracks area. You know me, I love the more civilian places in Metal Gear. I just think it's very interesting to have such a high-tech place. High-tech game, but then such like low-tech places. Now, I've never noticed this texture until now. I guess someone here, this is their sweetie. Actually kind of looks like 2 different women, so I don't know. Maybe they're two-timing, but that's kind of funny. I wonder who this lady is. It's a little bit too low resolution. Low resolution. That's a new industry term that I just came up with. It's when something is low resolution. Us professionals, we need to, you know, save on syllables. So it's a bit of a low resolution image. Yeah, so this is blocked off, I think, because I used the other way. I think if the militia did not take over, this would be opened. So there's actually a bit of variation in how you can play this game. I keep mentioning that I really like the gameplay, and that, in fact, I'm pretty sure, because I did come over to this, I'm pretty sure those weren't here when I was here earlier. There's actually a decent amount you can change depending on how you play the game. That's something that, for some reason, a lot of people are of the opinion, I guess just because no one played these games to completion back in the day, but a lot of people think that the 5th installment of this franchise really initiated that, and that all the other earlier games are hyperlinear. That's very clearly not the case. These weird plants here look kind of like they're corn, but apparently that's a type of potato that really grows in the region of South America that this is based on. My favorite fact about this series is that Otacon canonically becomes a huge slut after the events of this game. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he becomes a bit of a playboy. We'll learn about that. But let's go back to the Vista Mansion area. Oh, yes, so this is one of the 3, I believe, paths you can take in here. Yes, so I think that lower long path was from the boarded off area. The smaller path was the way we first came in, and now we've taken this 3rd path. So, oh, and there's a 4th path. Oh, you know, I'm not sure which is which, but yeah, there's a lot going on here. You can see this puts us right into the middle of the fray, so we were actually kind of better off taking the initial path, but we'll cope. We'll deal. We'll try to sneak still. Emphasis on try. Yeah. So, the game still does sort of devolve into being a bit of a shooter at times. There we go. Because of this active combat that they wanted to make, they wanted to make the game like this. I saved his ass. And I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think the patrolling guards, I think all the little paths and stuff, I prefer that. It's an interesting experiment, but I wish there was a little bit more. Oh. Oomst. Yoomst. Oh, but now the cutscene takes over. So those 2 guards are going to get their shit pushed in by this armored bulldozer.
The rebels have got an armored
or they just disappear. Oh, no. No. No, they moved. They moved out of the way. I don't know. It's interesting, but, like, I don't think third-person shooting, that guy gets his shit wrecked. I don't think the third-person shooting is, simply put, I don't think it's as interesting as sneaking behind dudes and vision cones in patrol routes. Also, several of these men just disappeared from combat. I don't know what's going on anymore in this game, but I guess it's fine. This guy has an M60. That's pretty cool. Let's not think about anything happening too much. Because, you know, that's just not what you do in the PS3 360 era. You do the cover shooting, you do the over-the-shoulder third-person stuff, and then you just move forward. But we're not going to move forward. We're actually going to move backwards again to find one of the alternate paths that is a larger area. I think it's this way. It's another confinement facility area. It might loop back around. They might all loop back around. The game's very non-linear, more so than you might think. Yes, because now it's looped to here. This is now open. This is good. This is important stuff. This is stuff you might not know otherwise. Ah, right, because I actually wanted to do this area in combat. Because it's pretty cool. And you can see there's a Stinger launcher. And there would have been one of those funky space helicopters. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to redo this whole chapter. I'm not going to. But I'm kind of tempted to, just because of how different you can make your way through it. And I don't know, I think it's cool. I mentioned that this is a lot of people's favorite, and it's like, it's kind of tied there for me because of that, because there's just so much you can do here. I used to have a save file set up at the start of every chapter so I could just pick one and play through it. But this one was definitely one of the most fun for me to just, you know, spend a couple hours and just go through. One of those reasons being that we've got actual water. And it looks quite nice. And this is one of only 2 areas in the game where you can do this. And believe it or not, I am actually swimming. Yeah, this game has swimming. Real, actual swimming. It pretty much functions exactly like MGS3. And you can see I'm all wet, much like MGS3. And much like MGS3 makes me. But there's a whole alternate sequence you could do here. That, depending on how you played the chapter up to this point, would either be active combat between the militia here and the PMCs, or if you let the PMCs defeat the militia early on and take over the power station, this would just be patrol routes and things like that. And there would be helicopters and all kinds of crazy stuff. Or you could just simply run through everything, or you could help the militia take over. There's a lot. I've mentioned it before, and I'll keep mentioning it, that calling this game a movie is really such a disservice to all of the detail that it actually does have. And yeah, it's a game that is, believe it or not, made for replays. The thing is, by the time you get to the end of the game, most people don't want to replay it because all of the cutscenes. Well, here's the thing. You can just skip those. You can skip the cutscenes, and I would argue that this game, skipping the cutscenes, is actually a little better. At least the PowerPoints. Because those just reiterate information you already know. Unfortunately, I can't get up here. It looks like I should be able to, but I can't. But yeah, South America, very, very interesting chapter of the game because it's definitely the most free. It's definitely the most open. And I mean, again, look at this. Tell me this isn't just Snake Eater. It's pretty cool. This is another way that we can... Oh, I think we can just crouch walk through it. Yes. I think this also leads to the mansion. I think. The thing is, you know, like I said before, get 10 people in a room who have all played MGS4, and I've played it more than all of them. Nope, it doesn't. And even despite the fact I know a lot about this game, it doesn't get enough credit for its depth. It really, really doesn't. Because even I legitimately messed this up. I wanted to show that area, but I forgot the direction, but it's fine. Let's go to the mansion. Get down. Get down. No. No, let's get to this mansion. Let's check it out. It's pretty cool. Oh. Gotta be careful of that. And another thing that this chapter does, we've seen it a little bit, but we're going to see it more, is the coveted civilian area in a Metal Gear game that I quite like. That man's just got a grenade launcher attached to a little holding stock there. Oh, and he grabbed a hold of that. And this, we don't get to explore every bit of this mansion, but it's still a cool area. It's a cool little zone.
Naomi's lab is somewhere inside those
Oh,
mansion
they're
grounds.
screaming.
Proceed immediately. Infiltrate the place and find out where she
Yeah,
is.
we're infiltrating. We're going around here. Going around back so no one knows that we're here. They're just... They really want to be backed up. Oh, man, look at all those dudes. Look at all those dudes. He's got a master key. And so does he. So if we hold them up, we could get quite a few Drebin points from them. Quite a few. But it's very dangerous. Because there's a lot going on. So maybe we'll just continue to sneak around back. It's a very cool area. It's genuinely, like, a very rad place. Now, I see... Oh. I'm gonna say, I see someone on the radar there, but, I don't think that'll be a problem anymore. Let's get this just in case. Be real sneaky peeky. Okay. Oh no, that was a buddy. Oh. Alright. Okay. Oh look, they're in this pool? What is this? Is this a swimming pool? It looks like it was a swimming pool. It was a swimming pool. That's neat. Maybe it is a bit morbid to enjoy so much, but I don't know. I guess just because it's so uncommon, the idea of a Metal Gear zone being what was once, you know, a civilian location turned into a battlefield. I guess it's just because it's not very common. Most of the places you go to in Metal Gear are some sort of crazy facility, or later on, you know, just like random outdoors. Oh, missiles are flying by. Oh, look at that! Our buddies took care of them. And we could go in there, but there's this nice little shrubbery area. Oh, and some stun grenades. And I don't know if I like their taste in home decor. Well, at least they know how to stack the chairs. That's important. But yes, I quite like the mansion in Portable Ops, so of course I like the mansion here too. It's a little more complex, a little more going on. They've got this ridiculously opulent area. Hello. I'm gonna shoot you in the butt. It's nice. It's a nice little area. Again, plenty of cover. Oh, they got tactics now. Now they're suppressing fire. Let's just grab some of these. And yeah, this is one of those areas that, though interesting, is a bit annoying. Because everywhere that's off-screen is a monster closet. So you can never actually fully take over. It's always going to be in this weird perpetual warfare state. And sometimes you just get shot by stray bullets off screen. Oh, he's trying to go inside. Oh! What are you doing? What's he doing there? Let's see. Let me get some more. Nah, let me get some rage gas. Haven't used the rage gas yet. Is he gonna open? Is he gonna open up? Yeah, he's gonna open up. Oh! Oh, good. It bounced over to him. So that's gonna make him very mad. It's a very fluorescent red color. Oh. He's hulking out. Oh! Whoa. That was pretty funny. He just starts hulking out and then almost immediately shot with a missile. Let's see if I can hold you up. There we go. That's good. So now we get the full price for that master key, and you can see, yes, 9,000. Compared to this one, which we only get a third of the cost for because we took it off of a dead guy. So that's just a little demonstration of that. Anyway, we're inside now. And we just take a little bit of a snooze here. Sure is scary out there. A lot going on. I hope you could hear me over any of the gunfire. I really do, because I didn't adjust my audio. Because it was too tense, the combat. Let's just shoot him in the butt. You can shoot the paintings. Ah, yes. Let's get something out here. Let's get the SG mine. Whoops. Because sometimes dudes want to come in from those stairs. So we'll just place that here as we explore the rest of this house. And if not, we'll just grab it. You know, that's just tasteless. People love these paintings of artistic nudity, think they make them all cultured. Get that out of here. Ah. Now that's some tasteful home decor. Snake's a big fan. More stuff in here. And, you know, I mean, that's where I keep my silenced handgun. Gotta keep it warm. A regain under the table. Looks like someone was having a bit of a party before all this broke out. Oh, well, here's a door that we can't open, and there's no way to pry those off. Absolutely not. Big, beefy man Snake with all of his, like, you know, he doesn't have a crowbar, but I'm pretty sure you could just wedge, like, the stock in there. No, he doesn't want to, though. Look, it's like... It's kind of like a staff of Hermes, but it's also kind of like a crucified snake or something. I don't know. Probably means something to someone. Oh, Pentasman. Yep. Alright. Are you guys not going to come out? Okay. I think I've messed with everyone so much that the scripted enemies that are supposed to come out here are simply not going to come out. So, oops. Well, Snake probably needed a nap anyway. He's had a rough day. Now my psych is low. So we can demonstrate that, like I said, he's a big fan. Look at that. Yeah, it's Akina. Look at that psych going up. Listen. It's a gameplay strategy. All right. Let's go up here. Now are you guys going to be triggered now that I've removed... No, they're just not coming out. There's supposed to be two guys that are really, really hyped up about something. But I guess they just simply don't want to. Let's get this to demonstrate one of the weirdest mechanics ever, which is this little light switch here. No? Is it not this one? There's a light switch I can press somewhere that just turns on and off one of these lights. Might not be this one. I don't know. It insists upon itself. Alright, let's go in here to one of the coolest rooms in the game. Because even though everything's exploding all around us, this room's basically untouched. Aside from the fact that I'm just trouncing over everything. And again, it's pretty nice looking. It's just a nice room with a nice big bed. A ceiling fan. I swear it's one of the switches in here. Because I think I can turn off that. Lamp, but maybe I'm hallucinating? Maybe I'm just going old and senile. Strange. Well, we can scout around the room a little bit. And of course, I mean, that's where I keep that. Gotta keep it close by to the bed. Close by to the gigantic, beautiful bed. Now, unfortunately, we don't really copy this texture. We just get a weird red, porous texture if we come on here with the octo camo. Again, cool as this game is, definitely still a lot of missed opportunities. Snake's pretty stressed though. I think he deserves a nice little nap. We don't want to disturb him.